Hello, YouTubers. This is Sweet Susie. I'm gonna be giving you a short video. I hope everybody had happy holidays or whatever. It's been kind of busy and stressful here, so that's the reason why I haven't been on. It's been pretty busy around here, kind of hectic. Trying to get organized again, because I kind of noticed my life was getting a little wonky, not having a plan, not having a schedule. And I seen everybody was doing the whole Erin Condren planner thing, and I thought, man, I'd really love to do that, but or the Leonie Dawson, I think is how you pronounce it. But my finances, I can't afford it. I needed to do something cheaper. So, I've got something along that line to show you. Also proud to say that I've done 2 and getting ready to do a 3rd spell. So I can say I have done 2 spells now. One so far has worked and one for sure worked. And I wanted to share a little bit of that one with you. I'm not on camera today because I feel like crap, for one. For another, I decided to wear makeup yesterday, and my eyes just started burning and watering, and they turned red, and my eyes usually get irritated from wearing eyeliner and mascara, but nothing like it did yesterday. So I just prefer to be off camera today. So with that being said, I want to share with you this little, I don't know what you'd call it. It looks a little messed up now. I need to make a new one. And I'm not going to do that on camera because, you got to enchant your herbs and stuff like that before you put them in the bag. And then I enchant it again. So we're just not going to do that on camera. But I'll tell you what I did. And if you want to try it, to each their own. So I got one of these little organza bags. You can find them. I found mine at Dollar General for $1 for just 4 of them. But it's in like the party wedding planning section. And there's just 4 of them. I don't want to get too close, guys. In a pack. And that's just all they are, is like a little clear, well, not really clear, but see-through bag kind of. And I took I'd say about 3 or 4 sprigs of rosemary, and I took the leaves off the stem and put them in there because I didn't know if the stems would poke through and whatnot into my pillow. But I had some particularly bad dreams. I wouldn't necessarily call it a flashback because I was asleep, so that therefore I guess it was considered a nightmare, but it was stuff that happened in my childhood, which I won't get into on camera because it's just way too personal. So anyways, so I had several really bad dreams in a row and decided, you know what, I'm learning all this stuff. I have books and everything, that I've gotten. And it's time to do a spell because just like several nights in a row, these dreams tore me up, and I felt horrible not getting enough sleep. So I took some rosemary and took the leaves off of it and put it in this bag. I enchanted the bag. I enchanted my rosemary. I also put bay leaves in there, a bay leaf. And I wrote my intention on the other side of the leaf. And I put cinnamon stick in here. Now, one of my other workings is almost the same that I did. My second one, it was a mojo bag for like protection. It was basically the same thing, only for my son, I added a tourmaline stone for protection. But ever since I put this little puppy in my pillow at night, no more nightmares. So to me, that's a good working spell. But you could just do your own little thing. I mean, you get it real cheap. Those 4 of these little bags for $1, you just can't beat. We shop here at Meijer here in Indiana, so I went to the fresh produce section and got me sprigs of rosemary and bay leaves, and I got some cinnamon sticks, and yeah, that's what I did. So that's my first protection spell. Okay, so on to the next. So I also said that, like I said, my life was getting a little chaotic there, and I kept telling myself, oh, I'll remember that. I don't need to write that down. Wrong. So I'm watching, all these videos on planners, and I'm, Googling, going to websites, looking up costs, and I'm, oh my God, $50, on upwards, and it was just ridiculous. So I decided to do a DIY on do-it-yourself planners. And then I had also watched a couple ones on altered composition notebooks. Now, I'm not going to do a tutorial because it would just take too darn long. And we all ain't got the time for that. So I'm, I guess, scrunched for time today, I guess. I just don't want anybody walking in on me talking to myself, thinking I'm nuts. Which I guess you probably say I already am. But anyways, this is the first one I made. I'm going to have to scoot some of this right here back. So this is the first one I did. Yep. I guess I'm going to have to move the camera, which I didn't want to do, but I guess I will. So there is the first composition notebook I did. Now, I did keep track of all the papers I use, and this one, I have boys, so I don't have any girls. Nothing girly about this house. So, what I did was I took 2 pieces of pattern cardstock scrapbook paper, and this is from like a little boy line. I think it's Me and My Big Ideas, or that DCWV, Die Cutters with a View. And I made the covers for it, which there's a lot of do-it-yourself tutorials on how to put covers on these notebooks. Super easy. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to use almost a whole bottle of Elmer school glue. If you want to do decoupage, Mod Podge glue, go for it. But I used what I had on hand. So I didn't go out and I didn't buy anything that I didn't already have. Everything that I used for this, I already had here at home, with the exception of paper clips. So anyways, I used a solid cover to cover the inside of it, and then I made a pocket out of the leftover from the back. So there's that. Now, I also noted that a lot of these planners and stuff have what they call a dashboard. And that's just a spot where you can put your sticky notes. Okay? I made my own. I took a piece of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, and I cut it down to size. It's a little bit smaller than the actual page, okay? And I rounded my corners with a corner rounder. And I thought, I need to make it like a non-stick surface, or, like a surface that I can get the sticky notes on and off of, and I could do it repeatedly. So here's even more of I guess a jerry rig, honky homemade, whatever you want to call it. So I took waxed paper and I folded it over and made my own dashboard. And our local grocery store gave these out. So they actually came in handy. My kid had grabbed a whole bunch of them. And he's weird. He's a hoarder. Probably gets it from me. But I just put a little calendar in here just in case. Okay, this right here is a receipt envelope. And as you can see, this is really, totally do it yourself. I tape the edges right there, just fold it in half, tape the edges. I had an old calendar that had the year in review, and then some of them, they'll give you the next year's calendar and what days are holidays. And I cut that out and I put that there. And then I used 17 pieces of 8x12 cardstock and cut them down and rounded my corners. And I took 2 to 3 pages of the actual notebook paper itself and glued it together. And then I made it into a divider page. And I've got 6 months worth on this per planner that I did. So I couldn't get a whole year in. I probably could have, but I just didn't really want to because I enjoyed making these that much. So anyways, I divided it up, and I like to have a lot of room to write because, as you can see, I could write really, really freaking big. So what I did was 8 lines, and then with a ruler, drew a line, and then, Saturday. So you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday are down there. Okay. And then, there's a lady, and I'm going to give her a shout out. Her name is, goodness, I think Domestik Engineer or something like that. I'll try to put her link in the down bar, as soon as I can. So this lady, she is so organized. I'm telling you, she might have every second of her day down in her planner. And she even has books that she's got in progress, books that she wants to read. So everybody that knows me knows I love to read. So I put a list of books that I would really like to read in the month of January. And unfortunately, I'm not really good so far at this, but I've only gotten 2 books finished that I had started previously this month. So I've got Steampunk Tarot, Tarot for Yourself, Holistic Tarot, The Wishing Tree, The Craft, Deviant, Celtic Myth and Magic, Beyond Desolate, The Reluctant Empath, Book of Shadows by Raven Silverwolf, and a book called Mothers and Sons that I want to get done, and then I'll probably carry on to the next month. But you get my gist. And I cut. I had an old planner that had the year in review for 2016 on it, and I just cut these out. That's all I did was cut them out, and use that for so I could have a monthly overview of what the month's going to be like, and then in between dividers, you count 6 pages. You want 6 pages, so, and I glued 2 pages together, so it would make my pages nice and thick. But for Valentine's Day, I took a sticker and put it. You could decorate it any old way you want. But this is how I did it. It's super easy, super cheap. I used everything that I had on hand because, of course, I'm a scrapbooker again, and I already had all this stuff on hand. So my last paper, it is a, I just folded the paper over, and it's another type of pocket. Sorry, this video is so screwed up. I wouldn't blame any of you if you like stop watching it right now. But anyways, there's another pocket I made out of pieces of scrap that I had over from the front page. And I even took a ribbon and put behind this paper before I glued it down so I could tie it shut. I even tied in, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it there? A loop for my pin. Okay. So that's for that. This is for January to June. My bad. So I made this one I decided to make it girly, for me. And it's got a little bit of a little boy touch because it's got little bugs. See the little bugs? Again, DCWD paper. And then I just took an index card to make my title there. And same thing with this one. I took an old calendar that had the year 2016 overview. Made a smaller pocket on this one. And I made another dashboard. And another pocket for receipts. And the holidays that will be going on from July to December. And this again. And I added the different colored page here. And I just took this out of it's a big hard bound, it's supposed to be a journal for my kids, but I don't journal in it, don't use it, but I really like the colored paper thing, so I've been using paper out of it. But I've been using this as like a planner / diary because it's so much easier for me to do that than commit myself to doing just a diary. You know, I just give an overview, trying to get myself into the habit of having doing a diary type deal, and that's that. Anybody else that also knows me knows I love quotes, and I find quotes off of Facebook, off the internet. And I will jot them down, and I will write, I will give credit to whoever made the quote up. This one was quite easy. It was just doing the cover. There's no, I was going to do something else with this, and then ended up taking it apart and putting it back together using signatures. I just tied it back together again. Because I didn't want to waste paper because I'm that cheap. Okay. So another thing, like I just told you guys, we have been super, super busy. It's really chaotic and hectic around here lately. And we're also trying to figure out how to stretch our monthly budget. And so I came up with the idea with Mom's Meal Planner. So, and I also have been stealing recipes offline, jotting them down, trying stuff new. My boyfriend got really sick the weekend of my birthday, which was like the weekend of January 10th. That was my birthday. But he got really super sick, and we thought he had the flu and was getting dehydrated. Come to find out, he had diabetes, and his diabetes was so high that at the doctor's office, the glucose meter wouldn't even read his blood sugar level. So, we needed to get him on a diet, which we've done really super good. He's down to like 160, 190 for his blood sugar, which is really good for him because when you first initially find out you have high blood pressure or blood sugar, it starts out really high, and then they add more insulin to you to get it down to where they're comfortable with it, you're comfortable, you feel better, whatnot. That's what they're doing with him. So we've chosen to do a low carb diet, and have came up with all kinds of nice low-carb recipes. So, because we both love to eat, you know, we love food. Who doesn't? We gotta eat food to live. But anyways, this is what I've been up to. Not really much of a witchy video. Sorry about that. But, you know, it's not like us people that claim the Wiccan, pagan, hoodoo, voodoo, you know, any type of mystical craft. We don't do that 24/7. You know, we do have regular lives too. So, you know, and it's nice to see people share things other than just, you know, their craft. Which I love your haul videos. I love everybody's, you know, tarot videos, you know, and I love the videos telling how you work your craft. I mean, to each their own. I love everything. I'm not, I don't study any particular one thing, you know, that's just me. But, I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm still alive and kicking. And hopefully I can get some more videos up. I'm a really, truly boring person right now. Just trying to get our family organized and get things to run a little bit smoother. I'm even working on doing a chore system for my kids. Trying to figure out what will work for them because... my kids are spoiled, and I'm not saying that in a bragging way. I'm saying shame on me because I spoiled them rotten, and now they don't think they have to do any chores or anything like that. So we're trying to figure out a chore system that works, something we can stick to and be consistent with. And I also want them to be men that can take care of themselves, and they don't have to have, you know, a woman come do their laundry or cook or clean for them. They can take care of themselves, you know. That's the kind of kids I want, you know, boys that I want to grow into men. So anyways, I know I'm like way out there. Too much coffee today. But, oh, say hi, Skywalker. Yep, he's got itch right now. Anyway, so, it was nice seeing y'all again. Many blessings. Blessed be. I love y'all. And can't wait to see your replies. Bye-bye.